Hello, welcome to my next drag and drop to GML coding tutorial. Today I'm going to cover drawing. So drawing something. In this case, I'm going to show you how to draw a text box, a simple text box. And this tutorial will be a little bit more complicated just because I really want to show why GML is so much better than the drag and drop as well. So I'm going to just show you how to do it and also why it's better. So I created an object text. There's no sprite, and I put the depth to -10, whereas my other objects, the depth is 0. The reason I did that is because I want this to be drawn on top of this. If I put this to 1, it would be drawn behind everything and you wouldn't see it. So I'm going to put it as a negative number so it will be on top of everything. And then I put this text object in the room right down here in the lower left corner of the room. So I'm going to start out by adding a draw event. And anytime you want to use any of the draw functions, it has to be in the draw event. If you don't have it in the draw event, it won't work. So first of all, I'm going to set the color to white. Next, I'm gonna just put no font, so it will just be the default font, but I'm gonna align the text to the left. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle. So the first two, X, Y, is the position of the top left corner, and this is the position of the lower right corner. And that will make your box. So X2, I'm going to put the X variable, I'll put to 64, and this I'll put to 32, and I want it filled in. There's also the option to outline it, but I want it filled. And then here's the relative. This means, is it going to be based on the position in the room, or is it going to just be the whole room? So I'm not going to check this, so I can show you what that means. Now I'm going to set the color to black, and then draw the text. The text will just say level 1. I'll put it to 0, 0, and I won't check this again. So that should be all I need to show you what this does. So there's a white box and it says level 1 in it. And notice it's on the top left. That's because this is the 0, 0 position of the room, and then where this corner is, that would be the 64, 32 position. So that's how it got that shape. Now I mentioned this relative. I'm going to check the relative boxes this time. And now you'll notice I put this object on the lower left here. So now it's relative to where this is. So when I run this time, it will be on the lower left instead of the top left because it's drawing this 0, 0 from where this is. And there it is, on the lower left instead. Now I'm going to complicate things a little bit. I'm going to create, in the create event, a variable. I'll name the variable level, and I'll put the value at 1. Now when I draw this rectangle, instead of drawing it to 64 pixels, I'm going to see how big the text is and draw it to the end of the text. So string with a parenthesis, level, and make sure that's in quotes. So level space quote plus the string of whatever the value level is. In our case right now it's 1 because that's what I put in the create event. And then in the draw text, instead of it saying level 1, put a quote level space quote, and then instead of the 1 there, put plus string level, and then the parentheses around that. So now this, when I run it, will draw the exact same thing that I showed you before. We'll just say level 1 with a white box behind it. Oh, I missed a symbol in the draw event. Let's see, where was it? Right here. So just so you know what mistake I made, it says string and then I have quotes, or I mean parentheses around level. However, I need another parenthesis to go around here. See, there's a parenthesis there and there's a parenthesis there, so I need to close both of those, so I need another parenthesis. Attention to detail. So there it is, level 1, just the same way as before. Now you're probably asking, or maybe asking, why bother doing that? Why make it complicated? Well, now if I change this value to 1,000, because we're really good, we get to level 1,000. Now when I run it, the white box, it will say level 1,000 with the white box all the way around it. It won't cut off in the middle of it. See, level 1,000, and it goes all the way to the end instead of ending right here where the 1 was. Alright, so now I'm going to convert this same drag and drop code to the GML code. So right now you just put level equals 1, and that's all you got to do to create your variable. Just make sure that it's a unique variable and it's not a built-in variable. Like my last tutorial, we used the built-in variable direction, so direction. Notice how it changes color. That means it's built in. You can't use it for your own variable. It's already a built-in variable. So I'll just leave it at level equals 1. And now we don't need this. And now for the draw, okay, so first we have to set the color. So draw set color, and down here it says draw set color, and you just got to put whatever color you want. Now notice if you put color without the U, it doesn't show anything down here, but it will still work. You can tell because of the color of the draw set color. It changes color when it's a function. See, if I delete it, it's not a function. Then I put color, it changes the color. You know this is a function, so it's going to work. Now you can't just put white or blue or whatever color you want. You have to put a C underscore, and in this case I'm going to do white. And notice it changed color again, so it recognized that as a color. So that is why, or one of the reasons why, the GML is so much better. So if I look at, for example, well, I'll finish this code first, and then I'll show you. So now I'm going to draw, set the horizontal, so H align, and then I just do the align. And again, you can't just put left, right, you have to put FA underscore left. And if you're ever confused of what you can do, a nice little tip here is if you middle click, so it's draw set H line. If I middle click this on the mouse, it will automatically pop up draw set H line. And here it just tells you all about it. So FA left, FA center, FA right. And it will tell you how it lines up. Same with the color. If I click on this, here's all the draw stuff, and I didn't spell it with the U, and here it's with the U. So draw set color, and then it tells you about it. Alright, so in here we drew just a solid white rectangle. Now that we're in the code here, I'm going to change it a little bit. Draw set alpha, and that is basically if it's see-through or not. So if I put it to 1, that means it's a solid white. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 0.5, that means you'll be able to see through it a little bit. And then draw, and in here we drew a rectangle, but I'm going to draw a round rectangle. And the only difference is the corners are going to be rounded instead of square. So right down here it says X, Y, X2, X, Y2, and then the outline. So just to show you, I'm going to put 0, comma, 0, comma, so that's the top left, 0, 0, and then the X, this is where you put in what I showed you here, and this will be a good time to compare. So I'm going to put this exact same thing right here. So I'm going to just copy it. Notice how this looks. It's just cluttered, all one solid white text. It's difficult to read. Now I do the same thing over here, and it's color coded. It's a lot simpler to read, and it's just more organized this way. And then comma 32, comma outline, we're going to put false. So if you put a true, it will just be an outline. If you put false, it will be filled in. Now I'm going to set the color again. So to save some time, I'll just copy this. But instead of white, it's going to be black. I'm going to set the alpha again. Instead of being 0.5, it's just going to be 1. And then I'm going to draw the text. Draw text. So 0, comma, 0, comma, and then the string is going to be in quotes, level, space, quotations around it, plus the string of the variable level. And then here's another nice thing about this. So before I made the mistake of forgetting the second parenthesis. So now I can just highlight there's that set of parentheses. there's that set of parentheses. They highlight it for you, making it much more simple. So now I can delete all of these. And just a reminder, our level is 1. I run the game. And there's the level 1. See how the box is rounded? It says level 1. And it's transparent because I set the alpha value to 0.5. So it looks a little nicer. Now notice it's on the top left. That's because I put 0, 0 here and 0, 0 there. If I want it relative to where it is in the room, down here in the lower left, then I can just put X, Y, and X, Y. That will make it relative to wherever you put this text box object. And while I'm at it, I'll change this to 1000 again. And run it one more time. It should be on the lower left. The box should still be completely around the text. Yep, it's not. Let's double check what I did. Oh, I see. I put X and Y there, but I forgot to put the X and Y for the second part here. So X plus that and Y plus the 32. So now it will make the correct shape. There you go. And it goes all the way around the text. It doesn't cut it right in the middle like before. And it just looks a little nicer this way. So hopefully you learned something here. Hopefully you understand why the coding is a lot better, a lot more organized than the drag and drop method. And hopefully you also learned from my little mistakes that I did. You gotta pay attention to the code here, or you'll have silly mistakes like I did. Please like, comment, subscribe, and if you guys want anything in particular, just let me know and I'll try and make a video on it. Thank you.